Man, this is almost unbelievable. Completely lost, forgotten. It was a hit in its time, but wasn't a massive hit, but a hit just the same. Billboard's Hot 100, the week of May 16th, 1964. Ebb Tide, the song Ebb Tide, done by Lenny Welch. Biggest hit since I Fell for You back in 1963. His version went to number 4. Since I Fell for You, that was a big band song. Going back to the big band era, it was composed by a guy named Buddy Johnson back in 1945, and the song was made popular by Ella Johnson, who sang in Buddy Johnson's band, which was called Buddy Johnson and his orchestra. They did the original version back in the 40s, and Since I Fell for You, the version by Lenny Welch went to number 4. I mean, it was massive. Off the Cadence record label, the Everly Brothers' old record label, although they weren't on that record label in 1963 when the song came out. And now, about a year later, Lenny Welch covers another standard, Ebb Tide. His version went to number 25. I don't know if anybody remembers his version of that song. Maybe a handful of record collectors, and that's it. Down to number 42 the week of May 16th, 1964. It's on its way out. 9 weeks on Billboard's Hot 100. Ebb Tide. But the song Ebb Tide became a much bigger hit, about maybe a little less than 2 years later by the Righteous Brothers. But loads of people did this record, Ebb Tide. Lenny Welch, the Righteous Brothers. It was covered by Frank Sinatra. Ella Fitzgerald came out with a version of it in the late 60s. And the dance band, the dance synth band, Erasure, popular back in the 80s and 90s, they came out with a version off a CD they put out back in 2003. Song like Ebb Tide and Since I Fell for You, these records just have staying power. We're talking legs, going all over the eras. Lenny Welch with his take on Ebb Tide and number 25, went to number 25, but down to number 42, week of May 16th, 1964.